Welcome to 365 Language Planet. This is 外国語で楽しもう Episode 8. これから質問を表示します。その後3分聞かけて、その質問を外国語で書いてください。最後に3分聞かけて、その質問に対する答えを書いてください。I'll display a question, and then you have 3 minutes to write the question in a foreign language. Lastly, you have 3 minutes to write your answer to the question. 各エピソードは4つの質問と1つの質疑応答セッションで構成されています。Each episode consists of 4 questions and 1 Q&A session. さあ、始めましょう Let's begin! The first question of this episode is よくおやつを食べますか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。よくおやつを食べますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？何でも外国語を使えます。You can use any foreign language that you want. Takesh, thanks for joining tonight's show. Takesh says, do you often eat snacks? Very nice, very nice. All right. Takanona, do you often eat snacks? Nice answer, and thank you for joining tonight's show. All right, I'm gonna try to use Chinese. Ni chang chang chi lin shi ma. Ni chang chang chi lin shi ma. All right, that's how I would say this question in Chinese. Ni chang chang chi ling shi ma. Okay, well, if you have an answer, please share your answer in the chat. よくおやつを食べますか？この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか？ How would you say this question in a foreign language? So far, we got 2 answers. Great answers. Okay, B3X, thanks for joining tonight's show. Are you a snack lover? Nice question. Great. All right, well, if you're still typing, please continue, and you can share your answer in the chat anytime. All right, let's move on to the next question. B3X says, do you have a sweet tooth? Nice. That's another good option. Alright, so 今この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。よくおやつを食べますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? For me, I would say in Chinese, 是的。我常常吃零食。你呢? Okay, all right. Takesh said, no, I hardly ever eat snacks. How about you? Great. Good answer. Healthy. Takesh, very healthy. That's great. 我常常吃零食。For me, I wrote in Chinese, yes, I often eat snacks. How about you? 是的，我常常吃零食。你呢? Yeah. If I was Chinese, I can't say much. All right, Takanona says, I eat snacks on my days off, but not on work days. Healthy. Yes, I would say for me, I have 2 favorite kinds of snacks. Tortilla chips, especially like spicy tortilla chips, and caramucho, potato chips. Those are my 2 favorite snacks. And sometimes I eat cheese. I used to eat a lot of peanuts, but not anymore. All right, B3X says, I used to eat sweets between meals, especially when I was stressed out. Yeah. I used to eat sweets a lot at night, but nowadays, not so much. All right, great answers. All right, well, if you're still typing, please continue, and you can share your answer anytime in the chat. Okay, let's move on to the second question of this episode, which is, 一番好きなスーパーはありますか? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。一番好きなスーパーはありますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? Alright, YO says, no, I don't often eat them because it's for my health. Wow, great answer. And thanks so much for joining tonight's show. Alright, so now the question is, 一番好きなスーパーはありますか? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? All right, Takanona says, do you have a favorite supermarket? Nice idea. All right, for me, this time I'm going to use Italian. Italiago. Takesh says, is there a supermarket you like best? Nice question. All right, in Italian, I'd say, hai una hai un supermercato preferito. Hai un supermercato preferito. That's how I would say this question in Italian. How about you? How would you say this question in a foreign language? 一番好きなスーパーはありますか? Takesh and Takanona both have great ideas. Favorite, you think about favorite is the kind of has the same meaning as like the best. All right, B3X says, tell me your favorite supermarket. Nice. Very nice. Okay, great answers. If you're still typing, please continue and you can share your answer anytime. All right, now, この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。一番好きなスーパーはありますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? For me, I would say, sí, el mío supermercado preferido es Gyomu Super. Oh, Takesh says, I like Beishia best. Nice answer. Very nice. El tuo? I wrote, yes, my favorite supermarket is Gyomu Super. And yours? All right, Takanona says, I like Fresse the best. Nice. I love, for me, I love Fresse too. Fresse, I often go to Fresse and Gyomu. All right, B3X says, I often go to Belk's, a chain supermarket in my neighborhood. That's nice. I know Belk's. Belk's is good. I think, a lot of times location is very important. For me, Gyomu is near my home. Frese is near my home. Keaki Walk and J.A. Farmers are near my home too, but I don't like J.A. Farmers and Keaki Walk as much as I like, Gyomu, Tsupa, and Frese. But for the shops around my home, Gyomu often has the best prices, but their selection is kind of small. Oh, Mayo says yes. My favorite supermarket, it's Tsuruya, right? Nice. Okay, great job. All right, so now let's move on to the third question of this episode, which is, 私は高島屋のビアガーデンに何度も行ったことがあります。あなたはこの文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。私は高島屋のビアガーデンに何度も行ったことがあります。あなたは? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? This time I'm going to try to use German. Ich war schon oft im Biergarten von Takashimaya. Und du? Takanona says, I've been to Takashimaya's beer garden many times. How about you? Nice answer. Takeshi says, I've been to the Takashimaya beer garden many times. How about you? Very nice. I would say great job, both of you guys using I've been to. That's great. There's my answer in German. Ich war schon oft im Biergarten von Takashimaya. Und du? How about you? Watashi wa Takashimaya no Beer Garden ni nando mo itta koto ga arimasu. Anata wa? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? Okay, B3X says, I went to Beer Garden on Takashimaya many times. Nice. I think I would add the. Like, I went to the Beer Garden on Takashimaya many times. Or you could say, I went to the Takashimaya Beer Garden many times. The beer garden is on Takashimaya. So you can either say on Takashimaya or on the top of Takashimaya. Great answer. Nice idea. If you're still typing, please continue. You can share your answers in the chat anytime. All right, so now, 今、 この文に外国語でどのように答えますか？ How would you answer this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。私は高島屋のビアガーデンに何度も行ったことがあります。あなたは How would you answer this question in a foreign language? Okay, hey, hi Bridge. Thanks for joining tonight's show. He says, I went to Takashimaya's beer garden many times. Very nice. Takanona says, Moya. I don't know how to say that in French. Sorry. But it looks like nice French. I'm guessing probably means me too. Me too. All right, Takesh says, I've only been there once. So far, maybe this summer you might go again, I hope. All right. In German, I'd say, Ich war auch schon oft im Biergarten von Takashimaya. Okay, so that's my answer in German. Ich war auch schon oft im Biergarten von Takashimaya, which means 私もTakashimaya no beer garden に何度も行ったことがあります。In English, I've also been to the Takashimaya beer garden many times. Okay, YO says, yes, I've been to there many times. It's a very nice place to enjoy with friends. I think so too. If the weather is good. If it's a little rainy, no problem. But if it's really rainy, it's maybe not the best place. But if the weather is nice, the beer garden is fantastic. Okay, B3X says, I've never been there. Actually, I don't drink so much. Well, even if you don't drink so much, the beer garden is still a great place because, especially the Takashimaya one, you can go, it kind of opens usually from 5 to 9 p.m. So you can have 4 hours and it's all you can drink and all you can eat. And so, even if you don't drink much, you can still enjoy having 4 hours of food and drinks with friends. So I think it's a really good place, even for people who don't drink much. So maybe this summer, B3X, you could try. Okay, well, let's move on to the last of Garrett's questions for this episode, which is, 今夜何かしたい気分ですか? Alright, so この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? You have 3 minutes. 3分間あります。今夜何かしたい気分ですか? Okay, B3X says, okay, I'll give it a try this summer. Nice. Okay, so 今夜 何かしたい気分ですか? How would you say this question in a foreign language? この文を外国語で言うとどうなりますか? In Spanish, スペイン語で I'd say ¿Tienes ganas de hacer algo esta noche? All right, we got some answers. YO says, what do you want to do tonight? Nice idea. Takanona, are you in the mood to do something tonight? Nice. Takesh, do you feel like doing something tonight? Great. Oh, perfect. Great answers. All right. All right, B3X says, what would you like to do tonight? Nice. All right, I wrote mine in Spanish. ¿Tienes ganas de hacer algo esta noche? If you're just joining tonight's show, this show for the first time, you are welcome to share your ideas in the chat. And of course, you're always welcome to subscribe. We do this show every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Japan Standard Time. 毎週の日曜日午後8時半にこのショーをします。All right, B3X says, do you have any special plan for tonight? Nice idea. Okay, great job. In this question, you could say, do you feel like doing something tonight? Or you could say, do you feel like doing anything tonight? Both are okay. But for me, I'd probably usually say anything. Do you feel like doing anything tonight? But great job. All the answers were perfect. You can use them all. So nice job. Okay. 今、この文に外国語でどのように答えますか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? Yeah, 3 minutes. 3分間あります。All right. A Hybrid says, what do you feel to do tonight? Nice idea. Or just add like. What do you feel like doing tonight? So it's kind of tough, but in English, often we would use feel like. What do you feel like doing? Or do you feel like doing anything tonight? All right, so the question is, 今夜何かしたい気分ですか? How would you answer this question in a foreign language? All right, Takesh says, no, I'm just gonna take a bath and then go to bed. How about you? Nice. Nice answer. Good question. I don't know. I think, for me, I would say the weather is quite nice. Takanona says, I feel like listening to oldies music. Music is great. Tough question. I think I would say D. Tengo un poco ganas de ver televisión mientras tomar un cerveza. ¿Y tú? Maybe I messed up. I might have messed up with my C. Should be C. Sí, tengo un poco ganas de ver televisión mientras tomar un cerveza. ¿Y tú? Which means, yes, I kind of feel like watching TV while drinking a beer. And you? Okay, well, if you're still typing, please continue and you can share your answer to this question anytime. B3X says, I am in the mood to hear my boyfriend's gentle voice after this. That's enough tonight. Okay. Nice answer. All right. So, lastly for tonight, we have Q&A time. 今、チャットではどの言語でも質問できます。Now, you can ask questions in the chat with any language you want. You have 4 minutes. 4分間あります。Like most people are using English tonight, so yeah, in the chat you can use English to ask a question. Any questions okay? On Sunday nights, it's always a good time to ask a question about the weekend or this week. But any question is okay. I know this month I've taught my students about Go Gatsu Bio and Getsuyo Bibyo. So Sunday night is kind of a good question to talk about that. The May blues or the Monday blues. All right, it's Q&A time. So, 今チャットではどの言語でも質問できます。Now, you can ask questions in the chat with any language you want. English, Spanish, Italian, Chinese, but I probably have no idea. French, I have no idea. But it's okay. Let's enjoy foreign languages. If Japanese is a foreign language for you, you can use Japanese. I think one of my questions would be, are you in the mood to take a walk tonight? Since no one else is writing a question, I'll write my question. Are you in the mood to take a walk tonight? Are you in the mood to take a walk tonight? Konya, Sampo. Konya, Sampo shitai kibun desu ka? That's my question. And I would say, yes, I don't know. I'm kind of in the mood. Okay, well, we got a big one. Okay, Takesh says, is there an album you're looking forward to? I'm looking forward to East of Eden's mini album, which is scheduled for release on June 3rd. Wow, that's great. For me, no album in particular. All right, YO says, I'm sorry, but I'd like to take a bath after this class. No problem. You don't have to be sorry for that. I would just say, if you want to make it a question, all you got to do is add, how about you? I'd like to take a bath after this class. How about you? Okay. Nice sentence. Nice question. For me, it's too hot. This is not bath season for me. Okay, great questions, guys. Nice work. And if you're still typing, please continue. And you can share your question in the chat with any language you want, anytime. All right, well, that's the end of Gaikokugo de Tanoshimo, episode 8. Thank you so much for studying languages with me. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. My host says, thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you guys, thank you to B3X. Hope you have a sweet dream as well. Okay, well, hope everyone has a great night and sweet dreams. And I hope to see you next Sunday. So till next time.